I am not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading is actually inspired by one of my patrons over on Patreon. You guys left me a request a couple of weeks ago, and I fell in love with this request. I thought it was really needed and really appropriate for the time. I mean, honestly, this type of reading is always appropriate because these things can be very confusing, but today's reading is all about what signs and synchronicities are you seeing. So thank you so much to Keela Moan, one of my patrons over on Patreon, for requesting this reading. And you guys all the time are requesting the most incredible readings, and I have so many of them written down. And so yeah, I'm just gonna work my way down the list, but I absolutely love this idea, and that's what we're looking into today. So we're gonna be looking into which signs exactly you're getting and what those signs mean, as well as there's going to even be a personal message from your guides to you. Now, if you're interested in that Patreon site or want to develop an intuitive understanding of tarot, astrology, and esoteric language, there are hours upon hours already uploaded of content on that Patreon site, and there are different tiers available at the moment. So if you're into things like mysticism, spirituality, self-help, occultism, learning about ancient civilizations and how they have played into the development of our different divinatory concepts like cartomancy and astrology, then you will love that site over there, as well as you'll gain early access to the YouTube videos, and you'll gain access to exclusive content that will never be uploaded anywhere else besides the Patreon site. So if you want to check out which tiers are currently available on that Patreon site, I've left the link down below in the description box. There are also exclusive pick-a cards that are only uploaded to Patreon and not to YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, like I said, the link is left down below in the description box. So let's just jump straight into this, get into the disclaimers and the meditation. Now, obviously, this is a general meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. So it will not make sense to every single person seeing this reading. Now, tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like and think that you are just doomed to that reality, you are not using my readings correctly. My readings are for confirmation and not answers. So realize that at the end of the day, your free will and what you choose to do with it determines your outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible, be accountable, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along, no more, no less. Now, getting into the meditation, for those of you that want to participate, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you have to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway through that meditation, I will be placing crystals from my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them, and after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can gain more clarity as to what the signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And we'll start that meditation right now. On pile 1, we have Celestite. On pile 2 is Silver Shungite. On pile 3 is a clear quartz cluster. And pile 4 is smoky quartz. Hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Now let's see what signs and synchronicities you've been receiving and what they mean, and I will meet you over at your pile. All right, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with me shuffling a couple of oracle cards right here. Then we're going to be checking out these tarot cards. I only have 2 per pile. This card on the left will be showing me the signs that you are currently seeing in your life, and this card on the right will be showing me why you are seeing these cards or why you are seeing these signs, and the reason that your spiritual team has been trying to push these signs into your life. What's the reason for these synchronicities? And then I'm going to be pulling a couple of additional oracle cards after checking out your tarot cards just to get this full picture as to the signs you're seeing and why. So let's get started. I hope you guys had a beautiful 4th of July. So let's see, pile 1. Why are you seeing the signs that you're seeing? Okay, so we have here Ask Body. These are like 2 or 3 cards that came out, but this is Get Wild and then the Wildling, or the Wildling. So we have here Ask Body that came out for you. And then underneath the deck, we have the Revolutionary. So what I'm picking up with you guys is that your the signs that you get a lot of signs also through your body, your physical body. You can probably sense things, feel things. You may get certain physical like symptoms like headaches. Your body temperature may fluctuate, it may change. You may get really hot, really cold, depending on what it is that the signs, what it is that your spiritual team has been trying to send you through signs. But they really speak through your physical body. So this lets me know that they don't just speak through the physical body, they also speak through the physical realm. So you may have a lot of spiritual phenomena that manifests physically in your own life and in your home and in the spaces that you occupy. Even at work, you may come across certain things kind of moving around or being misplaced, anything like that. When it comes to the body, esoterically, body means something tangible, something physical, something material. So this is your physical realm that is sort of messed with when it comes to your spiritual team trying to send you signs and trying to alert you to something. So now let's actually get to your tarot card. This is pretty interesting. I'm going to see if your tarot card is going to expand on this idea a little bit more. So let's get started. The very first card that we have, Three of Pentacles, pile one. And I'm using the lovely Fortuna Tarot deck, as well as the, what is the name of this one? The Threads of Fate is the Oracle card that I just pulled. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles for you, and the Three of Pentacles is ruled by Mars as well as Capricorn. And so pile one, your signs pertain to cycles as well, and your signs are synchronistic in the way that you see the same signs in different places or with different people. But this is very strong alignment. For this reading to be about signs and for the Three of Pentacles to appear, which is the card of collaboration, and in the Rider-Waite-Smith version of this card, you see three people from three totally different walks of life coming together to create or work on the same project or the same goal. They combine their different viewpoints and perspectives to create this really cohesive project. So this tells me that there are a lot of different strings attached from several areas in your life, all singing the same tune. There's like a choir of energy working together in your life to make one harmonic sound. The signs I'm seeing for some of you are dates, like actual dates of the year. Maybe you see the same year, like 1983 everywhere, or maybe you see the same date, like May 13th. I'm also seeing for my pile ones, multiple people or sources getting the same messages about you, different people dreaming about you at night and receiving these messages or sensations. And at the same time, I'm picking up these people may not know you very well, so they don't always tell you when they see you in a dream or receive a message from spirit about you. So a lot of these messages or signs you'll hear about through a third party. Like maybe your mom tells you, oh, so-and-so had a dream about you the other day and this is what they said happened. Or maybe a friend tells you like, yeah, one of my cousins got this weird message about you and wanted me to tell you. I'm sensing some shy people that for whatever reason are hesitant to reach out to you personally. So they tell other people to tell you. And a lot of your signs, pile one, are shrouded in the spiritual world. And so you'll almost have to dig a little bit to get these signs as well with this Three of Pentacles right here, or not to get these signs, but to kind of pinpoint their origins and where they come from and the messages that they're sending. Because like I said, the Three of Pentacles, it's like three different people from three different walks of life coming together. So you may have to do a little bit of digging to figure out where these signs are stemming from, where they're coming from. Another sign coming through is you having conversations with random people and them sharing similar experiences or a very similar past to yours. This is resonating and relating to people that you thought you'd never have anything in common with, because again, the Three of Pentacles is about three people from different backgrounds coming together for this common goal or project. So this will be people that, if not for these messages and synchronized signs, they would not be on your same path. They would not be in your life. The universe literally brought them into your world so you could collaborate on deciphering these coded messages. These are kindred souls, pile one, that you'll come across, and it'll be this instant connection. A lot of the signs that you receive have to do with other people getting into an authentic conversation and opening up a little bit, because the more that you do open up, the more that signs will pop up for you. Another thing that just came through for you, pile one, is these signs come to you in pieces because you're supposed to follow them almost. Same thing with Ask Body right here. this may be frustrating for you because of the pacing. So signs sort of unravel for you at such a slow pace because these are not small signs that you're dealing with, pile one. These are major, major life-changing chapters for you that unfold gradually over time. And it is not to be rushed. That's how you work with Pentacles energy. You do not rush Pentacle energy. That's how you work with physical energy. That's how you work with tangible 3D energy. You don't rush it. There is a process. And it's like this process is just, it is permanent. It has to work out. It has to pan out in the way that it is supposed to. These steps have to be followed. And so it's moving at a pace. It's moving at the pace that it is, because just like how it takes 6 months for them to make a Rolls Royce by hand, for instance, the universe has a very specific plan for you, pile one. And you have these energetic beings handcrafting a high quality life for you, which is why you feel like a late bloomer, or like it takes you longer than everyone else to manifest things. And also too, because this is the 3 of Pentacles, so this could be coins that you see with the same distinct sort of markings on them, or coins that you find with the same sort of dates and things on them and things like that. So let's check out why exactly you're seeing these signs and what they're trying to tell you essentially. So let's see, we got the Sun in reverse. Okay, so we've got the Sun in reverse. There's more than one way to your goals, pile one. And that's what Sun in reverse is saying. Sun upright is already a weird AF card. There's like a baby on a horse frolicking in a field during a bright sunny day. And it's like, what the actual fuck? You know, it's like, for me, the Sun and Temperance cards were so frustrating because they never made sense until I realized that they weren't necessarily about a specific experience or a moment or energy like other tarot cards. But these cards are simply about your state of being. There's times in life for certain experiences where we feel like maybe a naked baby riding on a horse basking under the sun, because life is just that sweet and beautiful. We are carefree and we are in need of nothing. Sun talks about such a blissful moment or experience that if time were to freeze, we would be eternally stuck in paradise, in euphoria. It creates this utopia. So Sun in reverse is here to say that my pile ones have looked forward to the wrong people, relationships, careers, and or experiences to find that contentment or happiness in life. You've poured yourself maybe into the wrong spaces, thinking that happiness, fulfillment, joy, and peace were there. And these realizations have gotten to you slowly, but when they did hit you, they were major. And the signs that you keep getting are all pointing towards the same place, which is you. These signs have all worked together to tell my pile ones to choose self, to invest in self, to celebrate self. Ask body is here. Ask body is it talking about ask another person's body? No, it's talking about asking your own, being in touch with your own, being in alignment with your own, so much so that you don't have to sit and process what you're feeling, but you're able to just really connect to your own physical vessel, your own physical shrine. And so the signs you keep getting, like I said, they're all pointing towards you. They have all worked together to tell my pile ones to celebrate yourself. So many of these signs have taught you about you, and this is for a very specific reason. For some of you, you'll notice that in your relationships, when they were going south or getting bad, or you were starting to see someone's true colors, it's like you would meet someone else. Right before the ending of a relationship, someone new would step into your life. Right before maybe the company that you worked at went belly up, you were approached by someone else for another job or to start working together. It's like before you would lose something that you thought you were dependent on, with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse right here, or not 3 of Pentacles in reverse, but this 3 of Pentacles right here. It's like right before you would lose something that you thought you were dependent on, something or someone else would step into that place to help you through that transition. And so these signs come to help prepare you for the next chapter, because there's a much greater picture or story unfolding for you. You just can't necessarily see it yet. But this is just so that sort of feeling of emptiness or loss doesn't hit you too much. So that's what I'm really seeing, is that a lot of the signs that are hitting you right now, just trying to alert you to a big transition changing. And for some of you, it could be with relationships or anything like that. So let's get some other oracle cards here to get some other signs or messages as to what you may be seeing in your life right now and what it means. Okay, so we have Moon Darkness that just came out. Card number 7. And then we have South Adventure. Okay, card number 2. Oh, and underneath the deck we have solidity, inner core. All right. So we have here darkness, moon. And we have adventure, south. So some of you guys, your signs are also pointing to you moving or traveling. You guys may be getting out of your hometown, getting out of your space, getting out of the same sort of normal work routine or your same sort of daily schedule, and getting out and experiencing getting out and experiencing something new, something different, kind of going out and having an adventure with this adventure south card right here. So a lot of your signs are also pointing to you guys traveling somewhere, or it could be pointing towards an upcoming trip, as well as to this adventure south card is saying that the more you venture south, the more you may discover, and the more these signs will make sense. And south to me esoterically means more so root chakra based. It's more so physical based. It's more so when it comes to the body. So this is all about being very in touch with your body again. So again, there's just signs coming through talking about the body. So this could also be alerting you to certain things going on in your physical body, certain things with your health that you may want to look into, or certain things about your daily routine that you may want to change in order to improve your health. And adventure south is also saying that, like I was telling you guys, you're gonna have to really go digging and looking for what these signs mean, where they come from, where they stem from, and what they're trying to say to you. So for some of you guys, you may actually have to get away from your home. You may have to actually go out and travel, change up your routine a little bit in order for things to kind of fall into place and to make sense, or in order for you to meet the right people, in order for you to get in touch with the right spaces, to get into the right networking circles, to get exposed to the right opportunities. You may have to physically move your body. So again, that we're coming back to this like sort of physical body kind of message here, as well as darkness moon is confirming to me that, like I said earlier, your signs are not going to reveal themselves as easily for my pile ones. Darkness moon is definitely telling me that this is all about completely relying on your intuition and your intuitive voice, really trusting in that. And when it tells you, hey, you know what, book a trip right now and go somewhere for next month, you listening to that is going to lead you down almost like this breadcrumb trail where you get to connect the dots to all these different signs and synchronicities in your life. But the thing about you being able to connect these dots, to connect these signs, you have to physically get up and move around a little bit. So that could be that could mean anything from like dancing or yoga or exercise to like straight up travel, like moving somewhere different, changing up your day-to-day scenery. That could totally do that, where it almost inspires or sort of like triggers this clarity to come to you, where you can actually comprehend these signs, because that's what I've been picking that up since the beginning of your reading, is like your signs do not come easy at all. like your signs are very vague, and I don't know what that is, but it's like your signs enjoy being that way. So I'm just getting a couple of more messages here from your angels, from your spiritual team, just to see if we can kind of pinpoint what they are saying. I think we kind of have a good idea here from your tarot cards, but let's see what additional messages your angels want to say to you today. I'm going to wait for these planes to pass before I get into them. First card that we have here is Clairaudience, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Like I was saying, you guys are the ones where it's like you get these. So sorry, you guys, my phone went off. Anyways, you guys get messages from third-party people. You get signs and messages from like third-party sources where it comes in from other people that maybe aren't as close to you, maybe don't know you as well. And also as well, you guys get this sort of guidance that you hear inside your mind. It probably sounds like your own voice, but this is actually your angel speaking to you, and they just wanted to confirm that to you for my pile ones with this Clairaudience card right here. And then this other card, look, and then we have Clairsentience. What? Okay, so you guys are clairaudient as well as clairsentient. And this is Archangel Raguel, and it says, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings. Like it says, ask body as they signify divine guidance. So that's just further confirmation from your angels that yes, they are saying to you, like, yes, we speak to you through your mind, through sound, as well as through clairsentience. And clairsentience is when you can feel things in your body, just like it says here with the ask body card. And underneath the deck, we have teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So that may be what your signs and messages are trying to point you towards is, hey, go over here, learn this lesson, get into this, get into that, because you were meant to teach it to other people for whatever reason. So you guys may have a life purpose as a teacher, instructor, a counselor, somebody that is a mentor maybe to other people. So you guys definitely, this looks like a lot of your signs is pointing towards possibly your life purpose, what you're meant to do, what you're supposed to do, as well as too, like I said, your angels just wanted to come through and confirm you're not going crazy. Those voices that you hear in your head are from us, and it's loving guidance, it's divine guidance. Now obviously those voices are not going to tell you to do anything negative, bad, evil, anything risky or anything that you shouldn't be doing, but it's going to be loving guidance like what it says here. So pile 1, this is a really beautiful message, but this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with a couple of, or not even a couple, we're just going to be starting off with a oracle card right here, just to kind of see what the energy is around the signs that you've been currently receiving in your life. Then we're going to get into your tarot cards right here, where this card on the left will be showing me these signs that you are getting, and the card on the right will be explaining why you are getting these signs and what these signs are trying to tell you. Then I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards after checking out your tarot cards on camera, just to get some additional messages. So yeah, let's just get started. All right, pile 2. Okay, so this is the one that fell upright. These other 2 cards I'm going to show you guys, but these are not your cards since they fell face down. And so this is reflect, and then higher perspective. Like I said, I'm not keeping these cards because they fell face down. And then underneath the deck here we have the Weaver. Okay. So with the Outlaw and Strength, I'm seeing that a lot of your signs have to do with them being very unique, unconventional, very different. The Outlaw, for some reason, is giving me a lot of indication that the signs that you receive are connected to ancestors or connected to loved ones that have passed on and are on the other side. I don't know why the Outlaw is giving me that message, but it's coming through very strongly that these are energies that you more than likely knew, or they are connected to you through your blood, through DNA. They were literally related to you. And so I'm just picking that up with the Outlaw, that they kind of go out of their way to communicate with you through the spiritual realm. So these could even be ancestors that you aren't aware of, that you didn't necessarily know. These could be loved ones, family members that passed on, maybe when you were younger and you never really got a chance to know them because you were so young when they passed on. So because what I'm getting is like they go through a lot of effort to send you signs. Whoever this loved one is, they go through a lot. Like they climb mountains and they travel through valleys and everything just to get certain information and messages and signs and things like that to you. And with the Strength card over here, there's also a moon right there. So some of you guys could be Cancer dominated, since the moon does rule Cancer, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node, or you could have like a lot of 4th house energy. But with the Strength card, for sure, what I'm seeing here is that your signs have a lot of spiritual power behind them with the Strength card. So you could, like I said, be somebody that is naturally naturally intuitive, you may have a lot of dominant like Cancer energy in your own natal chart, or you could have a lot of transits going through that part of your chart right now, crossing through Cancer. We are about to come up on the new moon in Cancer in a couple of days here, as well as too, you could have your progressed moon could be in the sign of Cancer for the next year or two, because we also have progressed charts, and that's basically where the planets are sort of slowed down in a sense, and they sort of stay in one sign or one particular house for a longer period than what they normally do. And so the moon, it takes around 2.5 days for a moon to transit each sign, but in a progressed chart, the progressed moon, it takes around 2.5 years for your moon to move through an entire sign. So you guys may have a lot of dominant Cancer energy right now, but what I'm seeing with this Strength card is it's saying that your signs come through with a lot of spiritual power behind them. And there's something about electricity. I don't know what. So maybe there's something like, I don't know if maybe like your lights flicker, if your TV goes off, if like just weird things happen when it comes to like the electricity in your home, when it comes to the technology in your home. Maybe like, your phone goes off at weird times. Maybe you get like these weird random text messages or emails. It'll be something weird with technology is what I'm picking up the Strength card as well. So let's actually just get into your tarot cards and pick that up and see what's going on here. So let's see what signs that you're getting. And so we have the Queen of Talismans, also known as the Queen of Pentacles, in reverse. Okay, pile 2. So I'm also picking up with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse that you're a dreamer. The spirit realm communicates with you a lot through your dreams. In the dream realm, a lot of your dreams come through possibly as loss or like nightmares, almost like worst case scenario. For some of you, this is a reoccurring dream or a nightmare that you've had for years. And the thing that might freak my pile 2s out is the fact that your dreams aren't just dreams, but they happen exactly as you saw. Maybe you dreamt about like a company going under and boom, it happened. Maybe you dreamt about a couple that you knew getting a divorce and boom, it happened exactly like that. So very simply, my pile 2s are the group that know things you shouldn't know, but this is how your spiritual team keeps you informed. And another thing that just came through with this outlaw card right here, that I think somebody from your spiritual team is wanting me to alert to you. But some of you guys, maybe you were raised in a certain religion, like let's just say Catholicism or Christianity, whatever it is. You were raised under a certain religion, but that's not the original religion that your family descended from or that your family practiced. And I'm seeing that for many of you guys, my pile 2s, you are one of the first people in your family, or you're one of the first generations in your family to actually sort of try to regress back to that original religion that your family came from. So, you know, you may have found yourself sort of transitioning from religion to maybe a different religion, or from religion to spirituality or something like that. Maybe you went from religion to not believing in anything to being an atheist. But what it really seems like here is that you guys sort of went back to your original religion. And it doesn't really feel like a religion. It just feels like a set of practices or beliefs that your family practiced for a very long time and got away from because of, you know, kind of like the religious movement and all that. And so I'm seeing that for a lot of my pile 2s, you're kind of going back to whatever it was that your family used to practice. So let's just say, for instance, that your family used to, I don't know, be in witchcraft or be in voodoo or being into Ifa, anything like that. You guys are kind of going back to that and maybe leaving the religion that you were raised under, maybe leaving that behind or kind of stepping away from it temporarily for a little bit, just to reconnect to your roots is what it sort of really feels like is happening here. And so, yeah, going back to this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I just had to say that. But going back to this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, like I was saying, you guys may get sort of like dreams where, it's like, it may be a little confusing for you, because sometimes you might wonder, well, why did I dream about this? Why did I dream about this person's divorce? Like, I don't know them that well. Or why did I dream about this company going bankrupt when I don't work there? It's like, why do I need to know this information? And I think I know why, but I'm going to wait to mention it until I see this card over here, which will tell me why you are getting the signs that you are. But this is dreams and discernment. So some of you are Aquarius, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, maybe Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and you also have very dominant moon placement in your natal chart. And yes, you okay, I mentioned that with the moon right here. All right, so yeah, you guys also have a dominant moon placement in your natal chart more than likely. Like your moon, maybe it conjuncts a big planet or another one of the personal planets, which would be Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Moon may sit quite close to your ascendant or even your I see the Imum Koli in your chart, because your dreams show you hidden information, darker scenarios, secrets, the things that people try to keep hidden. Your spiritual team reveals to you. So anyone trying to wear a mask around you, it won't work because it's revealed to you through your dream state. But people's worst nightmares, moments, experiences, fears, decisions are essentially exposed to you. Their secrets are essentially exposed to you. Other signs that I'm picking up for you is discomfort, feeling a bit uneasy around certain people or places and not really knowing why. A lot of your signs come through as like sensitive informations. In other words, it comes through as your intuition. So really uncomfortable feelings, possibly because the Queen of Pentacles is the pentacle of comfort, ease, nourishment, support. In reverse, she feels blocked from that comfort. And with this card being the Queen of Pentacles, and Pentacles can represent the tangible realm, many of the signs that you get comes through the tangible physical realm, as well as even maybe your physical body. You may have also been drawn to a different pile in this reading, and I'm going to refrain from which one, but you will know exactly which reading I'm talking about, or exactly which pile I'm talking about if you pick that pile. But yeah, so a lot of the signs that you get come through your physical body. A lot of you guys are clairsentient as well as claircognizant. Some of you as well have the ability to feel what other people are feeling and to know what other people are thinking. And let me just say this, because I'm mouthing off a lot of your spiritual abilities, but if you intuitively selected this pile and are resonating with this reading, then you do not enjoy these gifts. They make you pretty uncomfortable, or there was a period of time where you try to suppress your gifts. These gifts don't make you feel superior or better than people or more powerful than anyone else. They make you feel what the epitome of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is feeling, which is uncomfortable and uneasy. Many of you have an affinity or a gift with animals too, really being able to sense them, but with humans it makes you uncomfortable for sure. So like I said, if you were intuitively selected this pile, picked this pile, you're more than likely someone that does not enjoy your spiritual gifts, or there was a period of time where you did not enjoy your spiritual gifts because they make you uncomfortable, because you know too much. You're just like, I don't want to know this about these people. So okay, let's get to what the signs are trying to tell you. Let's check that out. And we have here the Eight of Pentacles. So we got another pentacle, more pentacles. All right. I'm using the lovely Fortuna deck by Studio Artemy. That's the tarot cards that I'm using today. And these oracle cards are the Threads of Fate oracle cards. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. And it's very interesting because I knew it. Like, you're receiving these signs because these are your gifts that you are meant to utilize towards your life's purpose pile too. These signs come to you to show you your power and your personal abilities. And the reason that these signs / gifts were given to you at such an intense level is because Eight of Pentacles, you are meant to further master these gifts in this lifetime. And because you are a humble soul that does not feel superior to others because of your gifts and abilities, that's why you were chosen to hyper focus on your spiritual gifts this lifetime, and to also use them to support yourself financially if need be, with this Eight of Pentacles being present here. But you guys are also meant to master them in a way where your spiritual gifts don't feel overwhelming or like they're consuming you or like you can't control them. That's something that you're meant to focus on in this lifetime, is how to kind of get your spiritual gifts under control, how to almost reel them in, tame them in a way where it's like they're not just running amok in your life. Now, it's important for me to clarify that many of you won't have the quintessential spiritual job as well. You're probably not a spiritual influencer or whatever the hell it's called nowadays, but your gifts are meant to accompany your profession or complement your career. Another reason that you keep receiving these signs, which are just your gifts, is because there's people around you stuck in habitual cycles or loops, and they are losing faith / hope that things are going to change. And they are running out of fuel. They are running out of faith because they don't know how to ask for help or tell their people what is going on, which is why you can see straight through their facades to see what's happening behind the mask, underneath the surface, that they're trying to disguise. And so, where they tell people that everything is fine, but you can sense, feel, or see in a dream what's really going on in someone's life. And these people not knowing how to ask for help, or their fear in asking for help, is what keeps them stuck in these cycles. And you are here to help them restore their faith by saying that there is a way out, that the universe is watching them, that their loved ones may be gone physically, but they are still spiritually here assisting them. Your job is to show people losing faith that everything is working out for the better and that everything happens for a reason. And that may be why this message came through very strongly with the Outlaw card, about someone's loved one on the other side, or on the other side, doing everything in their power to send certain signs and messages and synchronicities into your life so you can start paying attention to something. That may actually not be for you. That may be for the people that are around you, or that your spiritual team is sending into your life. That message may have been for those people coming into your life, that their loved ones are on the other side. It's very important for them to know that. Could as well be a message for you. Take it how it resonates. So you'll come across a lot of people, or people will come across you in this lifetime, that are at their wits' end, and no one can see it. Not even their family or their close friends and their colleagues can see their pain, but you can. And just that simple fact alone, that someone in the world can see past that, restores these people's faith, because it connects them back to this higher power that says, you're not alone, I'm right here. And so pile 2, I'm not trying to scare you, but there will be people that come to you and how do I say this? That these people are about ready to give up, if you know what I mean. Like, some of them have and are really close to giving up. They're ready to relapse. They're ready to stop trying. They're ready to, trigger alert, I gotta say it just to clear it up. They're ready to, like I said, this is a trigger alert, but they're ready to maybe self-harm or even commit, suicide. And you'll be able to pick up that heaviness on them with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's not that the universe is sending them to you to be healed. The universe is putting them in your path just so they can hear the good news that they are not alone and to not give up. There is going to be something about your aura, something about your presence, something about the way that you speak to these people, something about the way that they relate to you and resonate with you that makes them feel this sense of comfort from something outside of themselves, from something bigger than them. I'm just going to say it. Pile 2, a lot of you guys have saved lives and you don't even know it. A lot of you guys have saved people's lives and you don't even know it. These people were close to giving up. They were close. And boom, they run into you at the grocery store. They run into you at the bank, or they run into you at work. And there is something about their conversation with you, or there's just something about the way that you smiled at them or made them feel or complimented them that day. And it was just, it might have been small to you. It might not be something that you noticed, but it made a world of difference to them. And it saved their life. You're just not aware of it. Okay, that one wants to come out. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to shuffle your other cards first. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this one. And I'm going to shuffle these other cards first. Let's just see if there's any additional signs that your spiritual team wants to point out to me. It's 2 cards. I'm going to keep shuffling. All right, so we have here ignition, fire. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get one more. And then we have here growth plants. This is the card that flipped over. This was under it. It said building atoms. Beautiful card. Okay, so we have growth plants, and then underneath the deck we have fury bushfires. Okay, so Like I said, you are helping to restore people's faith, and we have here the card Ignition Fire. Fire, as we know it, fire is something that it's a spark, right? It's a flame. It is something that is alive, it's conscious, it's moving, it's living. And fire feels exactly like that. It feels like something alive within us. And so that's why fire esoterically can represent the spirit. And so this is all about you, again, restoring people's faith, making them feel alive again, making them feel that spark of hope, that spark of faith, that spark of energy that keeps them from giving up. It's like you ignite that faith back into people, or you ignite that courage, that strength back into people. Yeah, we have the Strength card right here. And then we have growth plants. So there may even be certain signs may come to you through even plants, herbs, flowers, things like that. You may be like, you may ask your spiritual team sometimes, like, show me a flower, show me a rose or something like that. And then you happen to come across roses or something while you're out. And but something with herbs, plants, flowers is very profound in terms of signs coming through to you. So your spiritual team also sends you signs within Mother Nature, within plants, trees, birds, things like that. And so you may even notice too with this growth plants, you may even notice weird plants or flowers growing around your home, growing around your house, weird things like that, just sort of sprouting out of nowhere. And you're just like, I didn't plant anything, but somehow you've got all these plants that have just like sprouted around your house. So that may be another sign that your guides are sending to you. If you believe in things like fairies and stuff like that, I think that's what they're called, fairies, earth fairies, like plant fairies. I don't know what they're called because I don't know much about fairies and stuff like that. But they may be another energy source that's coming through to you and is saying, hey, we are sending you signs as well. We work with you all the time as well. Dragonflies too, I just saw. So dragonflies is yeah, I just saw a dragonfly. Wow, that card literally flew. Give me a second. I have to walk like 3 miles to go get it. Okay, you guys, so the card that flew was creative writing, and it says, Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. So your angels, your spiritual team also talks you through automatic writing. If you are someone that practices that, you may notice sometimes that as you're writing stuff down, it's almost as though you lose control over your hand, and it's like a message is just channeling through you. That is another way that your angels, your spiritual team can talk to you if you're comfortable enough doing that. Do not engage in automatic writing unless you are absolutely comfortable doing that, because it's a very serious thing. So just make sure that's something that you know how to do, you know how to protect yourself, and you know how to demand certain energies to keep away from you as you are engaging in automatic writing, because when you engage in something like that, you are literally opening up your energetic channel, so anything can come through, and you want to be very careful with that, okay? And the other card that we have here is Life Review, Archangel Jeremiel, and it says, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Yeah, so this is exactly what you do for people. You help them kind of review their lives, and you help them heal things that are unbalanced. You help them resolve and change things that they need to focus on in their lives, because a lot of people that are coming to you, they feel like they are just getting beat up on. They feel like life is ganging up on them, and like they are just losing faith, they're losing hope. And so these people are coming to you because their life, it feels like their life is in shambles, and you might not be aware of that. And like I said, your spiritual team told me they're not sending these people to you for you to heal them. They're sending them to you for them to experience or to get to see that, wow, there is evidence out there. I'm literally physically interacting with evidence that is telling me there is a spiritual energy on the other side that is helping me out, that sees what I'm going through, and that is here for me. And that is what is saving people's lives. And you don't even realize it, pile two. You guys don't even realize. And underneath the deck here we have, you are safe. I love that. Archangel Michael, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. I love that for you, because this is like I told you guys, many of you guys don't like your spiritual gifts because they make you uncomfortable or uneasy. But look at that. We have one of the most powerful archangels there are, which is Michael, and he is so powerful he's almost scary or intimidating. He is a little scary actually, but he is a divine warrior. and he is an angel not to be messed with. So the fact that Archangel Michael wanted to come through to your reading and say, hey, I got you, you don't have to worry about anything, pile 2. You don't have to worry about anything. You may feel a little uneasy with your gifts, but you have Archangel Michael guarding you, protecting you, on your side, and is right there when you are receiving messages, when you are interacting and exchanging with different energies and stuff like that. He's right there protecting you spiritually, energetically. So it's not something that you have to worry about in terms of your vibration. But pile 2, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering worlds. Bye, you guys. All right, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with a oracle card from this deck. This what is this called? The Threads of Fate Oracle deck. Since I never remember to put the decks in the description, I try, but you guys, I'm not going to remember. So this is the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, and this is a Fortuna Tarot deck that I'll be using here. But basically, we're going to be starting off with one of these cards here just to see the energy around the signs that you've been receiving. Then we're going to be checking out your tarot cards. This card on the left will be showing me the signs that you are seeing, and the card on the right will be telling us why you are seeing these signs and what these signs are trying to tell you. Then I'm going to pull some additional oracle cards on camera just to see what's going on with these signs that you're receiving in your life. So let's get started. All right, pile 3. The very first card that we got for you is the Alchemist. Beautiful. All right. And underneath the deck we have Take Risk. All right, pile 3. So we have the Alchemist here, and you know what? Actually, I forgot to cleanse your space for your reading. So give me a second. If you're wearing headphones, watch out because I'm about to tap the sound bowls. Okay, so pile 3 with the Alchemist, what I'm actually getting with this card is signs show up for you in 2 different ways. Sometimes you get ideas, these little bursts of ideas where it's like, oh my God, it would be such a good idea to do this or such a good idea to do that. And these are actually really lucrative, good ideas. And then another way that signs come to you is through things breaking down. So this could be like your car breaking down, your computer breaking down, your technology breaking down, your relationships breaking down, your health breaking down, things like that. That's another way that these signs come through to you, because the Alchemist is all about an alchemical process, the process of transmutation or transformation, taking something in one form or one substance and completely transforming it into a different substance or a different form. So this is all about taking something that is broken down and repairing it, or turning it into something else, or taking an idea and manifesting it into form, bringing it into fruition, bringing it into the world. So this is all about sort of like you being this like womb, in a sense, to transform things. And so that's what I'm saying. A lot of your signs, the energy around your signs anyway, is alchemy. It's all about transformation. It's all about the transmutational process. So let's get started with this tarot card here to see what signs you are actually seeing. And we have the 7 of Wands. And so we have the 7 of Wands here. And the 7 of Wands is ruled by Mars and Leo, as you can see. So currently, pile 3, you are experiencing an upheaval in your life. So this makes sense. Okay, so these are really big changes. You could be heading to college, moving away from your hometown, going through a divorce or a separation, changing jobs or companies. Maybe it's an evolving friend group, making changes to your lifestyle and habits or routine. This is those day-to-day habits or environment that is changing, and with those changes comes a different reality. So the signs that you are getting, I'm seeing very clearly here, is people's true colors possibly being shown through the changes that are happening in your life. And a lot of this has manifested through jealousy even. with the Seven of Wands. So this is people that you'd never thought would act a certain way or treat you a certain way. But it's like the more that your life has changed for the better, more worries in your life have kind of popped up out of nowhere. The signs you may be getting are the same argument. And this is crazy because almost a month ago now, on my Patreon, we analyzed a chart for, I think it was the Capricorn full moon. I think it was. I'm not sure. But yeah, that the message came up as I was analyzing that chart with you guys. The message came up about arguing over the same thing, having the same argument in your relationships. And here it is in another reading. So your recurring signs are recurring arguments, disagreements, fights, defensiveness, things breaking down, like what I was talking about with the alchemist right here. So this is also surprise revelations. You may have experienced a stretch of time where one friend right after another would get exposed to you for maybe talking behind your back, not wishing you well, or being non-existent in your life. And these have sometimes been subtle hints where like you experience, like let's just say you experience this major breakthrough, or you end up getting this major achievement, and you expect people like friends and family to be proud of you like they should be and to at the very least congratulate you, but they can't even fix their mouths just to simply say, I'm so proud of you. Good job. Let's grab some celebratory drinks. You know, the more you've achieved in your life as of late, the smaller and smaller and smaller your circle has gotten. Because that is what we deal with in the Seven of Wands, is this poor guy completely caught off guard by a mob, and they attack him, and he's caught off guard because in the previous card, the Six of Wands, the same people attacking him were the same people celebrating him and cheering him on when he was accomplishing things in the Six of Wands. You know, the Six of Wands is a card of victory, achievement. And then it moves into the Seven of Wands where he's getting attacked by those same people celebrating him. So this lets me know there's a lot of fake people around you, and it's not that they didn't care about you, but they didn't know how to be happy for you, because that meant acknowledging the fact that they weren't your equal, that they weren't doing as good as you were doing, or they weren't seeing the same changes in their own life that you're seeing in yours. And this is why this alchemist card is right here. This is about things breaking down and repairing them, or letting them go, or building them back up and creating a better foundation. So your entire life is like going through this upheaval. Like that was the first thing that I said. And it's interesting that one of the first cards that came out for you was the alchemist. So your entire life is being transformed. This isn't necessarily alchemy happening in certain parts of your life. This is alchemy happening with your life and your surroundings even. You'll know who I'm talking about if this pile is meant for you, because these people are all over you when they have a problem, or they need advice or support, or they just want to go out and turn up and drink and party and stuff. But the second that good things start happening for you, they go radio silent, or they compete with you by saying, oh, you just got promoted at your job. Well, I just got this new opportunity at work too. It's like they cannot let you have your moment. It's so annoying. I kind of know what this is like, because I've had so many people like this around me a few years ago. And I swear to you, like when my North Node moved through my first house, it was just like, bye bitch. It was so many people just got like kicked out of my life, it seems like. And I didn't understand it at the time. I get it now because so many things have come to light after the fact. But you know, this is the universe really looking out for you. Because, and usually also this is a sign that comes right before you get super major accomplishments, because there were just certain people that could not be around you while those accomplishments were happening in your life, because they would have tainted those accomplishments. It wouldn't have been as special. It wouldn't have been as sacred. It wouldn't have been as much of a blessing with those same people in your life. And this was just simply the universe looking out, because the universe is saying you're about to get a lot more things in your life, and these people would have tanked your blessings. And the universe does not play. When it starts giving out gifts and candy and toys, it says, oh no, you got these people. Oh no, these people. Oh no. And again, it just gets rid of them. And so this is actually a very good thing for you, pile 3. And so, you know, I can understand this, not even just with so-called friends, but even family. And I'll be honest, the way that I was raised and brought up, I've got 2 air sign parents, and the way that they train me is friends are friends. They're not blood. So if you see a person's true colors, you let their ass go. So it's always been easy for me anyways to walk away from like fake friends, but family was where I struggled with the most, and I still do to this day, honestly. So I get this, pile 3. This is not easy because it takes away from your moment when you have accomplished great things and can't even be happy because this relationship is ending, or it's failing in your life, or because you know that they seem to be having an issue with you. You can feel something underlying, you can feel some tension there maybe. But you know what I realized? That's not a friend, and that's not true family. Do not let them take your smile or steal your moment. Be proud of yourself. Even if you have to go out and celebrate by yourself, it is better to celebrate alone than to cheers with enemies. I have never understood, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Why would I want somebody around me that does not want anything good for me? And just know that these people are not your equal, not intellectually and certainly not spiritually. So these people were meant to phase out of your life by the time that you accomplish certain things. These really big blessings that are in disguise, but this is one of your main signs, is a stretch of time that could have happened maybe over months or years where your relationships felt like a revolving door. People moving in and moving out, but your equals, if you haven't met them yet, are coming, and these people will know how to be proud and happy for you because they are on the same level as you. They are just as accomplished. So your entire circle of friends and loved ones and family is changing, pile 3, but this is a very good thing. Like I was saying, so let's see what it is that these signs want from you, what they're trying to communicate to you. And we have here, look, we've got the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, ruled by Mercury, as well as Aquarius. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is wild. This is all about moving on. 6 of Swords is a card of transition and moving on. Anytime you need to know the meaning of one card, look to the card before and the card after to see the picture that is unfolding. This is something that we talk about all the time on the tarot side of Patreon. I tell you guys to turn these cards into like an Instagram feed. Like what would the caption be? Take a look at the cards and ask yourself, what caption would you write if that was an Instagram post? So with the 6 of Swords, imagine that was an Instagram post. The card that comes right before it is the 5 of Swords, and we can see in the 5 of Swords, we see a fight that just went down and 2 people walking away defeated, and another person standing there victorious, smiling because they just satisfied their ego. They won by any means necessary, while the other 2 people seemed like they attempted to fight fair. And this is what I was talking about, pile 3. You have been fighting fair. These other people around you are moving through ego and ego alone, which is why the card after the 6 of Swords, you see 2 people on a boat sailing away, literally putting physical distance between themselves and that person that was moving through their ego. So these signs where it's the same argument or the same fight, the same type of relationship, these signs are appearing to tell you to move on. You deserve better. You deserve your equal. Someone that would be proud of you the way that you are proud of you and your loved ones, the way that you stand in as a cheerleader for your loved ones. These signs, when they come through, it's your spiritual team saying move on. That is your spiritual team saying to get away from this person or these people. Do not worry about ending up alone because you are fighting for something much different than they are. They are fighting to satisfy their ego so they don't feel less than you or inferior to you or less accomplished than you. It's a competition for them. Meanwhile, you are fighting for the relationship. You're fighting for peace. You're fighting for understanding, reconciliation, for love. For harmony. So it's a very clear sign from spirit to move forward because your equal is forward. You're also receiving these signs because the divine is strengthening your spirit. And with every goodbye or with every time you stand up for yourself, you realize that this is not a person or energy that you need in your life. So this is building mental fortitude for you as well, making you a much stronger person. So be proud of yourself, pile 3. And I might not know you, but that does not mean that I cannot be proud of you because it's hard out here. And I've been there before. At this point in my life is almost damn near empty when it comes to like friends and associates and things like that. And I honestly kind of like it this way because I don't have to guess about the people that are in my life right now. It's not a lot of people at all, but I'd rather, me personally, I'm already a lone wolf, but I would much rather be alone than have to wonder and guess who's around me. I've been there. It's not fun. So I get how hard it can be dealing with these types of relationships, dealing with these types of people, and you sincerely coming from a genuine place where you're just like, but you're my friend, or you're my family, or you're my this, or you're my that, and trying to save that relationship. So, I get that, and I'm here as a support system for you too. I might not know you, but I'm still here. And so, the world roots against people that are trying to do better every day for no damn reason. So I can support you and tell you that I'm proud of you for no damn reason too. And don't let them stop you, because you are moving towards a completely different friend group or a supportive community and a circle that will cheer you on and that knows how to give instead of just taking. And these are much more enlightened people, pile 3. Much more enlightened people. Let's see if there's any additional signs here that maybe you receive sometimes, or any messages. And so we have here building atoms. So this is very interesting to me, because this is all about breaking down your life to the point to where almost nothing looks the same. This could be a certain area of your life where nothing looks the same, but I feel like my pile 3s, I feel like you guys are getting an entire life makeover where just nothing's going to look the same. Because an atom is what? It's like the smallest, what is that called? An atom is like, it's like a molecule or something, right? But then we have here fluidity, outer core. Yeah, so this is an inner and outer life evolution. Underneath the deck here we have the soul passion. Beautiful. And look at all this water, these tears falling from this eye. And atoms are, if you were to break something down to the point where you couldn't break it down anymore, you're going to come across an atom. And that's what I'm seeing when it comes to your life, is like your life is going to get broken down so much so to the point where it can't be broken down anymore. So this is a complete upheaval, like a complete life renovation that's happening for you. And then with fluidity and outer core, this is all about not just internal changes, but also external outside changes that are coming through. So a lot of your signs, pile 3, they come through as changes. Okay, and the 2 cards that we have for you is look, this is what I'm telling you guys. You guys got prosperity on the way. You guys have blessings on the way. And it says here, prosperity, Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality, period. That's on period, pile 3. And then we have here, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. You guys already know. You guys already know who's supposed to be around you, because your spiritual team, your angels have already exposed them. Then we have here underneath the deck, beloved one, Archangel Chamuel, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. This is, yeah. So a lot of you guys are dealing with some sort of relationships maybe changing or ending in your life, not being there for you in the same way that they once were, or your relationships just not ending up how they started out. Another thing that I'm picking up here with this fluidity, outer core, but this is for your good. And it may hurt in the present as you are going through your relationships and they're changing and evolving, but this is for the greater good, for your greater good, because you have a lot of prosperity on the way. And trust me when I say, or if you can't trust me, trust your angels when they say, you cannot have certain people around you when this prosperity comes in, because it would have been much more tragic if you would have had these people around you when these blessings started to multiply and increase in your life and started to flow in even more. It would have been a much more tragic ending of those relationships. The betrayal may have been worse. It may have been more difficult. And so this is why it's a protection thing that's happening for you right now. You're kind of being insulated in this little bubble so your entire life can kind of evolve and transform. And this is why you were seeing the signs that you were seeing, pile 3. But yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Hi guys. Pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with one of these tarot card or one of these oracle cards right here, just to see the energy around the signs that you've been receiving. Then we're going to be checking out this tarot card to the left, and this card will be showing me the recurring signs that you are currently receiving in your life, and this card on the right will be showing me why you are receiving those signs and what they're trying to tell you. Then I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera afterwards. So before we get started, I'm just going to cleanse your space. So if you're wearing headphones, watch out, because I'm going to tap these 2 sound bowls right here. Pile 4. Okay. And so we have here reflect. And underneath the deck we have love. And this is the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, and I'm using the Fortuna Tarot deck today. So with reflect, what I'm picking up is something about time, just kind of taking time to stop. And you know the word reflect, what it means, just taking some time to kind of introspect and looking at things that we're normally like zipping past. So with reflect, I'm kind of picking up time here. You slowing down, taking time. So signs may come to you as interceptions and interruptions. There may be a lot of times where you are doing things, where you're doing something that's very important, like maybe with work, for instance, and then like something happens where the internet goes out and you can't send the email in time or something like that. It's something where there's like interceptions and interruptions are a lot of the signs that I'm picking up that you receive, pile 4, and it's for a very divine purpose, and that is to get you to stop and to slow down. As to why, let's try to check that out with the tarot cards here. So let's start off with this one, and we have here the Queen of Candles, otherwise known as the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is funny, pile 4, because you keep getting signs that are almost more like reminders to take care of yourself with this Queen of Wands right here. And that may be what this reflect card is also saying. Oh, okay. So this is about kind of relieving you guys of stress, maybe your responsibilities, maybe your pressures, maybe everything it is that you have to do throughout the day. You guys probably wear a lot of different hats. You're probably constantly on the go. You probably don't really know how to slow down. You probably can't slow down. So, you know, this is your signs come through as reminders to take care of yourself, to tend to yourself or maintain yourself more than what you're doing. These signs come through as maybe invites or even gifts, even money, I'm saying. Sometimes these signs manifests for you as more money, an increase in your finances, and this is so you can take better care of yourself. Some of you have been getting signs that it's time for you to move to a different home. I keep getting the visual for you of more money or success, and you're supposed to spend that money on yourself, on improving your life. And that may feel foreign to you because you are more of the frugal type, possibly, that's like, nope, I've got money in the bank. Why would I spend it? But this isn't about blowing money for no reason, because you are every reason that matters to take care of yourself, to get more sleep, to not work as hard, to eat better, to move to a better home or a safer neighborhood, to buy a more reliable car. You guys don't splurge unless there's a good reason, but again, you are the reason. You just don't see it that way yet. So another way that these signs will hit you is when you are doing nice things for yourself and you're like, damn, I feel good. I feel sexy. I feel confident. I feel like a boss. I feel radiant. I feel secure. So some of you as well are stargazers. I'm picking up, or you love watching the sky, watching the stars, the clouds, being outside in nature. So you'll get these hints or motions sometimes where you just have to be outside, or you just have to be in the sun for a couple of hours. But because a lot of your signs come through as ways to splurge on yourself or pamper yourself, you overlook those and you don't even see them as signs. But these feelings you get where you want to just go and do something like book a trip or move your house or buy a vehicle or go shopping. These feelings are also signs so you can take care of you. Sometimes it's a sign like, I really don't feel like going to work today. If you have ever had those days where it's like, not where you're just sleepy or groggy in the morning, but where it's like, you really had to push yourself just to get up and go to work, that was a sign to stay at home and take off if you could. Other signs that you may get as well, pile 4, are compliments. People telling you that you look nice, or you look rested, or you smell good, or you have a nice outfit on. These are compliments that they may seem small, but again, they're signs to keep putting effort into you. If you have kids, they may tell you sometimes, wow, mom, wow, dad, you clean up nice, or you look great. There could be a parent or a grandparent of yours that tells you to stop working so much, to slow down. With this Queen of Wands, this could even be your partner buying you gifts and trying to surprise you with dates to go out and do something nice for yourself, something that you enjoy. Like I was picking up with this reflect card right here. A lot of your signs, they come through as interceptions and interruptions. So maybe sometimes it's like, damn, I got to pull an all-nighter. I have to work really late. But your partner may have like booked a date for you guys or something, or set up reservations, and it's like, well, now I have to decide between my work and my relationship. And it's like, it's not that these decisions are supposed to come through and make you feel like you have to choose between one important thing and another important thing in your life. These signs are coming through to you to literally intercept you, to literally interrupt your day and make you stop and get more present in the moment, and to just make you enjoy life, to make you enjoy things. And so you may see it as though, damn, I really needed to work, but my partner or my best friend or my family, they wanted to go do this, or, you know, I did make plans last week that I would go have family dinner, or whatever the case may be. These interceptions are not, you may see them as nuisances, like this is kind of in the way, but it's actually a sign for you to stop, slow down, spend time with your loved ones, to enjoy them, to enjoy life, to live life, because you're too much on go. And sometimes when we're moving like that, life can get ahead of us. It's almost as though somebody that's running so fast that their feet gets ahead of them. And so that's almost like how your life is moving. It's like getting ahead of itself, and you're not able to really stop and process and take in the moment. So Queen of Wands is really radiant gifts and loud displays of affection. And this is how your signs show up. And I bet you're my pile that when you take the time to do something for yourself too, or get really dressed up or really done up, you shut the room down. I guarantee it, because the Queen of Wands demands attention. People cannot help but to stare at her in awe. She is seductive, she's attractive, she's radiant, she's glowing essentially. No matter if you are male or female, Queen of Wands is someone that is extremely attractive. Very Empress vibes, just like, damn, that Queen of Wands is bad, right? So let's check out what these signs are trying to tell you, or what they're trying to prepare you for. And so we have the Prince of Elixirs, otherwise known as the Knight of Cups, in reverse. I'm obsessed with these tarot cards already. Okay, so Knight of Cups in reverse. It's interesting because that's what I first heard when I started focusing my energy on your pile. I heard that the universe is trying to prepare my pile 4s for some kind of companionship, partnership, marriage, or commitment. And hold on, you guys. We did. We got love for you underneath the deck. I knew it. This was before I even started shuffling these oracle cards here. I heard that and I was like, let me just see what cards we get. So yeah, the thing that I heard that the universe is trying to prepare my pile 4s for some kind of companionship, partnership, marriage, commitment. Obviously that only applies if you're interested in love and relationships, but I heard that clear as day. And here's the Knight of Cups in reverse showing up. So some of you are really stuck in the middle of wanting a companion and possibly not wanting it. And it might even be because too, your life is moving so fast. You're like, I don't have time for a companion. I don't have time for a friend. I don't have time for another family member. I don't have time for another baby. I don't have time to have kids, or I don't have time to have a husband or a wife or a spouse. I don't have time to increase my family, to expand it. I don't have time to focus on my personal life in this way and develop this part of my personal life. And so this is what's going on with you guys. These signs are coming to tell you to slow down and to focus on your personal life and to really ask yourself, if you don't want something because you don't want something, or if you don't want it because you don't have time to focus on that something, to develop that something, to invest in that something. And so, like I said, some of you are kind of stuck in the middle between wanting a companion and not wanting it. And some of you have seriously convinced yourself that you just don't have time to take care of yourself, to spoil yourself and do nice things for yourself. And if you don't have time for yourself, then how could you have time for someone or something else? So some of you as well, you don't like getting done up. I'm picking up right now because of the attention it brings you, I just heard. You know how like social anxiety exists? This is almost like romantic anxiety or like relationship anxiety, attention anxiety, beauty anxiety. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's like my pile fours. Now, I don't know if that's a thing, but it's like my pile fours. Some of you have gotten to a space where you're just more comfortable being alone, or you don't know how to be with someone else. For my pile fours that aren't opposed to a romantic partner, a lot of these signs to treat yourself better are appearing to you for you to prepare for this romantic partner coming into your life. For those of you not interested in love, these signs are appearing to tell you to treat yourself better so you don't feel so exhausted, depleted, or burnt out all of the time. Some of you deal with burnout quite often and you don't know why. You're thinking maybe it's your diet, maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, but it's the lack of care. It's the lack of self-care, pile four. You have to pay yourself first in every sense of the word. Financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You have to give to yourself and take some time to appreciate your hard work. The Queen of Wands may be fabulous AF, but that's because she knows how to give to herself. All of the queens do. That's how they ascended to that level of the throne. Whether you are male or female, pile four, it's incredibly important for you to do for yourself and to allow others to do for you. There's another reason why, too, these signs are coming through to you. And it's because your sacral chakra is struggling to open up completely. Chakras expand like flowers do. When they are healthy, they bloom and they spin. And when they're struggling, they close up and move at a slower pace, which creates blockages. And queens know how to receive because they are fully present in their feminine energy. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about giving. All about giving. Or the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is all about giving. So these signs are also here to help you break blockages around your sacral chakra, which is the chakra of divine feminine energy. It's the chakra that helps us receive in life. So if you struggle with receiving compliments, gifts, good fortune, or luck, then these signs are trying to alert you early on to issues around the sacral chakra area. Now, I personally like to use sound to break any sort of like dense energy around my chakras, any blockages or trapped energy. Yoga is another amazing, amazing remedy. I've used yoga several times to help different chakras in my body. But being out in nature, especially around bodies of water, break through the sacral chakra incredibly. Diving into your emotions can help create movement with the sacral chakra, as well as mantras, chants. Working with certain goddess energies is a beautiful remedy if that's your thing. Herbs, oils, as well as the color orange are amazing tools as well, pile four, in terms of working with the sacral chakra. So let's see. Let's just get some additional oracle cards here. Just see what else we're seeing for you guys. Any additional signs, messages, anything like that. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, look, we have creation water. Yeah, so I was just talking about the sacral chakra. So this is just confirmation right here. Water is the sacral chakra, is the home of the divine feminine. It's the home of the emotions. The element of this behind the sacral chakra is water. And then let's see, the next oracle card that we have here is Silence, Snow. See, this is about you guys slowing down. This is definitely about you guys slowing down. This is all about interceptions. Coming in and kind of like messing things up in your life, making things inconvenient, and as well as making things inconvenient. Let's see. So let's just see. Underneath the deck here, we have Endurance Rock. That's the problem. You guys have too much endurance. You keep going and going and going until you don't know how to, until you like literally burn out. And that's the problem. This is why you guys keep getting these signs to stop and slow down, or these signs are more interruptions than anything. But these interruptions in your life are for you to slow down, pile 4. So let's see what your angels want to say to you. So we have your spiritual understanding, Archangel Raziel, and it says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Yes, this is something that you need help sort of realizing in your life. And then we have here, hello from heaven, Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Okay. So this is what you're, oh yeah, and then underneath the deck, let's see, underneath the deck we have here, breathe. Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Again, it's just all about slowing down for my pile 4s. It's really important for you guys to slow down because your spiritual team, they send these interruptions on purpose. They interrupt your life just to get you to slow down and stop, and to get you to take care of yourself a little bit more. And let me move these down so you guys can see the cards. This is also about getting you to just take care of yourself a little bit more, pile 4, which is their main priority for you. And like I said, for many of you guys, it's because you do have some sort of love partnership or person on the way. And if it's not about love that you're interested in, then this is to keep you from burning out. And this is about practicing more self-love, where you take care of yourself, because, you know, a part of self-love is self-preservation and not working ourselves to the bone. And I understand we live in a patriarchal masculine society that says hustle, 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 but it's so important to take that time to yourself. Really, really important, pile 4. And so, yeah, this is what your signs are telling you, pile 4. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.